Getting a mug shot and your fingerprints taken usually means you've been up to no good. In Israel, though, it's being used to combat ID fraud. But not everyone's happy that the government's planning to hold biometric info in every citizen. Here's our Middle East correspondent, Paula Sleer.
For 60 days, Yoav Maor's every move was watched by the lenses of 50 cameras and the eyes of countless fans of Israel's version of Big Brother. Contestants of the hit show often complain it feels like their lives are owned by the viewers. But for Yoav, that really happened after leaving the house, when his identity was stolen.
A couple of weeks ago, I received a phone call from the police. At first, I thought I was being pranked, but then I realized it was very real. They'd arrested somebody who'd been stealing IDs. He'd also stolen mine and opened many bank accounts with it. A week later, I received a letter from a mobile company asking me to pay thousands of shekels.
And it's exactly because of thefts like this that Tel Aviv says it wants to pull out all the stops to protect its citizens. But many complain it's now going a step too far. The technology is nothing new. You put your finger here and then you look into this camera and it all gets recorded. But what has people up in arms is the fact that all this information is going to be recorded in one governmental database that may not be 100% secure.
The cost in privacy terms and in financial terms of giving your finger and your face to the government is too heavy. It creates a risk that the database will leak or be used against you by corrupt individuals or corrupt civil servants.
The 2-year pilot is asking citizens to voluntarily scan their faces and fingerprints. Once the information is collected, it will be accessible without a court order to the police, army and security forces. When there is a court order, the entire database could then be transferred to other agencies, including foreign bodies.
1984 is ancient history compared to this. There is another sci-fi book called My Name is Legion. In the book, all of the people were categorized by the government. We are getting closer to that future. If not in this generation, then in the next one, babies' DNA could be taken upon birth.
If successful, the National Biometric Database will become compulsory.
Every person who uses Facebook or social networks gives away biometric information. We are tagged in those photos, we give away our locations. We give our biometric information to private companies and no one thinks it's a big deal. For some reason there's a bad reaction when it's the state, but the state will use the information to protect us, so we need to take this into consideration.
But even Yoav, who thought nothing about having dozens of cameras follow his every move in the Big Brother house, is against it.
I don't know who will see this information, how it'll be used. The government will know everything about me and where I am.
Something, many argue, is already the reality. You don't need to be in the Big Brother house to live in a Big Brother world. Paula Sleer, RT, Rishon LeZion, Israel.